Okay, we're coming up into the attic, and see that bracket right there? Okay, that's a connector, and the holes in the connectors are supposed to be filled. Here's another connector. Let's see here. And these holes are supposed to be filled with nails. That's part of the deal right there. It's supposed to be filled with nails. That's part of the deal. It's loose filled fiberglass insulation, about 13 inches. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm seeing. The light is at the top of the stairs, right here on the right. It's facing up. The light switch right there. We come on here. This area around the attic access ladder area should have a barrier, a dam to keep this insulation from spilling out onto the floor. So you're supposed to have a block around here to keep that from happening. We've got wood behind us. Alright. Looks like there's some bad insulation. Trying to mitigate that. Of course there's none there, and it just wasn't done properly. Okay. Radiant barrier. That's fine. Coming on up here a little bit. Keep going. The code doesn't have much to say about palm bracing. That's palm bracing right there. As long as it's straight and forward, and I don't have much to say about it. So some home inspectors like to dwell on that, and I do when it's not holding, when it's not installed properly. We got some sags in the air conditioning duct. I mentioned that in the other attic video as well. There's the screens right there, so I don't know if there's enough where they fit, but there's a bunch of screens coming on up. Let's see if I can get a better example of some palm bracing here. This is the upper attic, by the way. We are above the top stairs, the upstairs. There's some more palm bracing, and again, I'm not going to dwell on that. Okay, these water heaters. You have two 50-gallon water heaters. It's new construction, so they're 1 year old. Electronic ignition, sediment traps, dip tubes, if you will. All that looks fine. Care and use manual is over there. Now the house faces west, so this is the west water heater. The left one, the cover's not on that real well. When you come up here, these water heaters are in series. Okay, parallel. Excuse me. Meaning you have one, and this is the shut-off valve. Okay, one water supply. Each water heater gets the same fresh cold water supply, and then the hot water comes out, and each water heater comes in here and shares the same hot water. So it doesn't go from one tank to the other. Now again, this is the west tank, and this is the furnace flue cap, and actually these flues should not be bolted together. They should snap together. These bolts shouldn't have been necessary. But what we're looking at here is this flue cap, or the hood, excuse me, not a cap, a hood. This flue hood, it's not connected to the tank. This has a potential to draft carbon monoxide into the attic, which could eventually migrate into the living space. So that's a health safety issue that needs to be addressed before moving for sure. This is the walkway going to the HVAC indoor air handlers, furnaces, heaters, call them what you like, the indoor air handlers. The gas line, the gas piping is improperly exposed on this. The walkway to these indoor air handlers is supposed to be clear and free for pedestrian traffic. You're not supposed to have electrical wires on it. You're not supposed to have gas piping on it. You're not supposed to have, by the way, you're not supposed to have water piping on it. Some of your air duct is kinked right in here, so we're moving our weight. It's kind of tight with headroom here. We're coming over here, and these are your indoor air handlers. Okay, this is the one on the south side of the house. The air filter's over here. It's 20 by 25 by 4. Okay, you just pull that handle and you can get to it. And you come over here, and these are thick, by 4 inches, so they should be replaced every few months. Every month is probably not necessary. This is the north indoor air handler. It's probably the downstairs. I don't know, that's the return right there going through the ceiling. So, alright, so this is the, and you just pull these handles. You just pull these handles to get to the air filters. This box right here is a fresh air induction fan, and you want to read the instructions to see if that thing has a filter too. These homes are so tight that we're continuously bringing fresh air into the home and expunging, stale air from the home, so that it's a healthy house. But this is plumbing. This is control wires. Well, actually, I don't know what that is. It's nothing yet. This is plumbing. This is gas line. This is your air filter. You got to go through all this junk to get to that air filter. You got to step on the gas line. You got to step on the water line. That's just wrong. Okay. I don't know how you're going to go about fixing it, but it's just a disaster waiting to happen. And by the way, it's not code. I know the warranty guy was very specific to say city codes. Okay, and what that means is the local authority with jurisdiction. So a code inspector can come in here and say this is all peachy if he wants to, and until you challenge him, until you go to his boss or his boss's boss, what he goes stands is like a circuit judge. So that's something to take into consideration when you're negotiating these things. Some of this, and I noticed this in the other attic as well, but not as predominant. But some of the insulation is missing on some of these. That's PEX water supply line, and right there some of that insulation is missing. And it should be continuous. You probably never have a problem with that. I get that. You never know if I never told you. And it's split over there. See that? Right up there where the rafter's coming down. Jack rafter's coming down against the rafter. Let's look at that a little better. No, I'm with it. It's scabbed. It's got a sister on it. That's fine. I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep over that. Okay. Coming back up in here. See what I can see on the back side. Your exhaust vents are passive, which is fine. It's just what they are. I'm just identifying them. So that's the attic tour. This one and the other shorter video.